Welcome to Revenue Boost, a marketing podcast, the ultimate resource for business leaders eager to skyrocket your company's growth. I'm your host, Kerry Curran, and this episode is From Startup to Global Brand, Scaling with Strategy and Heart. Today's special guest is Amanda Knappman, President of Marketing at Peace Out Skincare. In this episode, Amanda shares the incredible journey of Peace Out Skincare, a prestige brand renowned for its innovative acne healing dots. Amanda delves into the strategies and heartfelt efforts that have propelled Peace Out from its humble beginnings to become a global powerhouse in skincare. We explore how they cultivate a passionate community of brand advocates to expand their audience and dominate the competitive market space. From organically viral videos to innovative audience sampling, Peace Out Skincare's acne healing dots have revolutionized acne acceptance and normalization, leading to impressive global market share. So join us to learn how they harness the power of community building, omnichannel strategies, and a focus on earned and owned media to achieve explosive growth. Let's go. And welcome, Amanda. So please introduce yourself and share a bit about your background and expertise.
Yes, well, thanks so much, first of all, Kerry, for having me on your podcast. Super excited to chat with you today. And as I know some of your other guests, we go way back. But to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been working in marketing for about 20 years now, specifically working in beauty marketing and brand management for almost 15 years, starting my career at Procter & Gamble, working on CoverGirl and Max Factor Cosmetics, eventually taking that into some additional digital roles, making a big switch into working at Amore Pacific, working in luxury skincare, fragrance. And then a few years ago, ultimately made the switch to start working on smaller founder-led kind of startup brands. And so today I'm the president of marketing at Peace Out Skincare. We are a prestige skincare brand, and everything is all about offering products for acne-prone skin. We're best known for our what we call our OG, our original acne healing dot, which is the only clean, medicated, patented pimple patch.
Amazing. Actually, I was at my dermatologist's office today, and the dermatologist was wearing one. So,
Oh, fantastic! We love that.
yeah.
This discriminate for age. I mean, I
Yeah.
still have lots.
I know. So yeah, it's I love the story behind Peace Out Skincare, and like you're saying, it is a prestige brand. It's present at Sephora and other like major beauty retailers, in addition to selling it directly. And I know there's a lot of story and strategy behind that. So share a bit about kind of what you've taken on over the last few years and how you've really built up the brand and kind of where it's come from.
Yeah, absolutely. So Peace Out was originally founded actually in 2016 by founder and CEO Enrico Frezza. He's still with the company, still founder, CEO. And we first launched into actual retail in 2017. So we just celebrated our 7th birthday on the 4th of July,
Wow.
really enough.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and the brand was really built around establishing fun, easy, simple solutions for acne-prone skin, starting with that OG pimple patch. Over the years, the brand has expanded, into many other products, continued with a huge amount of acne products, but also started expanding into some other areas, pores, eye products, even age delay products. So last year in 2023, one of the things that we realized was really going to be important for us because we had such insanely fast growth. Like you were saying, we started selling in Sephora in 2017. Now we're in Sephora in the US and all over the world. We sell on Ulta, we sell on Amazon, we sell on our own D2C. We also sell in a number of beauty retailers. Such fast, explosive growth, I think, is very exciting, but sometimes you need to take a
Hmm.
pause and say, hey, are we still kind of representing who we are, really being true to
Yeah.
our brand DNA?
Hmm.
So 2023 was very much about let's take a moment and really make sure we are clear on who we are, what we stand for. And so it became a laser focus for us last year to say, we're a little concerned, we really see an opportunity to increase the number of new users coming into the brand. We still see
Hmm.
that there's tons of opportunity to drive brand awareness. And the answer to that was we go back to our roots. We focus on
Right.
acne prone skin. We focus on making sure that we're providing education, information, and expertise on products for acne prone skin. And we
Hmm.
make sure we're really highlighting and heroing our original and hero SKU product, the OG Dot, because that has always been the number one trial vehicle to acquire new users into the brand. So that was the entire kind of focus last year. And what's really
Hmm.
exciting is having that kind of North Star, basically go back to our roots, go back to our DNA as the path for how we continue to grow
Hmm.
is now we're seeing that pay off in a big way, not just from kind of your kind of marketing metrics, but from sales metrics.
Yeah. No, I love that story and example because you're right. It just reiterates the importance of having that strong brand and branding voice and identity as your foundation to scale, and it
Yeah.
brings it back to like you were saying with Enrico and his own kind of story and how why he started the company in the first place. So definitely love that aspect, and I think it was so smart and strategic. And like we were saying, it's I think because of a lot of the marketing that you and your team have done, it's really become more normalized, like you're saying, to see the dots, people wearing them. And
Yeah,
I think a lot of that is connected to the marketing and branding strategies that you've undertaken. So
absolutely.
you've definitely driven a cultural shift.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think hopefully we feel we've been part of it, but we've also benefited
Hmm.
from it. So, I mean, when Enrico started the company, it came from a place of the fact that he struggled with acne so
Yeah.
severely when he was
Hmm.
younger, and he didn't have anyone at the time to help him understand what to use. He didn't have an easy solution. And it was a little bit, sort of a stigma to go out in public. I mean, when
Yeah.
we were younger, I didn't want to go
Yeah.
out in
Yeah.
public with acne.
Yeah. Or if you
Now,
did, I was thinking about this today, you would be like caked on with like an inch of
yeah.
foundation trying to hide it, which doesn't hide it. So it's like, yeah,
And now, I mean, people feel very comfortable going out with no makeup,
yeah,
or with
yeah.
acne patches on, or even with
Hmm.
stickers on, and it's become a form of self-expression. It's very accepted. It's this kind of acne positivity or skin positivity
Yeah. Yep.
we're seeing, which is fantastic.
Yeah. No,
One,
I
one less
love
thing to
that.
worry about. Yeah, when you're
Right?
younger.
Definitely. I know. So talk a bit about your omni-channel strategies. I know you have a lot of experience in the media side of this as well. So tell a bit about what you kind of led for your team.
Yeah. So it's funny. Peace Out was historically actually a very strong brand, especially during the pandemic, like I'm sure many others, on the
Hmm.
online environment and the online store. And especially coming out of the pandemic, there's been such a dramatic shift of
Yeah.
sales going back into the store. And we have an overwhelming percentage of our sales actually coming from brick and mortar.
Hmm.
However, I think actually what the pandemic would teach us is consumers, as we know, are everywhere. They shop everywhere. They engage with information and content everywhere. One of the most predominant places is on social media. And
Yeah.
so the approach that I really encourage the team to take and that we've taken active steps in crafting is to ensure that we do have an omni-channel approach. We need to figure out how to, get the right message to the right consumer at the right time.
Mhm.
So, whether that's in store, whether that's online, whether that's in our own platforms like email, it all plays together. And I'm really excited
Mhm.
because even within just, let's take paid social only for a second, even
Yeah.
if we're just
Yep.
talking about Meta and TikTok or YouTube, we even see those as having different kind of roles within even a consumer's journey. So even those
Yeah.
play together for us. So it's been really exciting to think about how all these pieces work together, especially because, again, we know the consumer is not shopping only at one store, at a
Right.
specific
Right.
time.
On
Like
one website. Yeah.
one
Yeah.
website. I mean, obviously we're sold in all these places, so we know that there's going to be some changes in shopping behavior and general shopping around.
This episode of Revenue Boost, a marketing podcast, is brought to you by RBMA Revenue Based Marketing Advisors. Want to elevate your business and boost revenue? RBMA is here to help. Our expertise in business development and sales, combined with full funnel marketing, propels your growth. We offer fractional CMO, CRO, and CGO services, plus project-based initiatives, ensuring success at every stage. Our unique approach integrates marketing and sales, transforming them into a powerful growth engine. We specialize in B2B agencies, service providers, SaaS companies, and product firms to drive exceptional results. Visit our website to learn more and start your journey to unparalleled success. And now back to our program. I know you talked a lot about the community strategy and going beyond just a lot of the paid paid opportunities into more earned and owned. So talk a bit about kind of how that's really driven a lot of the strategy.
Yes. So, we've been established for 7 years. We've been on
Mm-hmm.
a really fast track for growth. But of course, like any business, the more we can rely on earned and owned media versus
Mm-hmm.
an over reliance on paid to help
Right.
drive both brand awareness, consumer acquisition, and sales ultimately, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
last year when we were kind of really diving into who we are, what we stand for, and making sure that was crystal clear, there was a really clear objective tied to it
Yeah.
from a business standpoint, which is ultimately grow brand awareness, acquire new users. And one of the primary ways that we identified we would do this is through building community.
Mm-hmm.
Community to us has actually always been something very central to Peace Out.
Yeah.
Peace
Mm-hmm.
Out's had actually a head of community for a number of years, and it's had a very strong community for a number of years. I think for a couple reasons. One is that acne has always been a pretty emotional journey for anyone who has it. And so there's always been a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stories to tell and connect to that emotional connection, which ties back to Enrico's emotional connection with his struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also have, we're an LGBTQIA plus founded brand.
Mm-hmm.
Enrico and his husband Junior, who's also a founder and also CMO and creative director here. Very proud, and we're very proud, and we don't shy away. And so there's been always a strong community of fans, and we recognize this, but we realize it's just so untapped. We need to do
Right.
more.
Mm-hmm.
So we set out to really focus on building a bigger community, but also obviously a quality community using measures like size of our community, using measures like earned media value, using measures like
Mm-hmm.
social media metrics to get a sense of how people were engaging with our brand. And we started this over a year ago, and it's been a slow and steady progression to the
Mm-hmm.
point where now, we're at over 3x the EMV on average a month than we were a year ago.
Wow. Wow.
We've grown the community followers by over 400% since last year. We have had 39 viral videos this year. These are all how we define viral as getting over 1 million views, completely organic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've done this in a number of ways, but again, that's all great. That's exciting. It's resulted in actually also an increase in sales. So we've
Yeah.
seen, a correlation at least between focusing on community growth and then also seeing
Mhm.
our sales, our retail sales continue to climb.
Yeah. No, that and it makes so much sense too, because when you look at data around referrals, right? People choose
Yes.
products that their friends endorse or their friends being their online creator or influencer that they've
Yes.
built a relationship with. And so I can definitely see that benefit. And you talked a bit about some of your community members are, influencers and creators, but there's a lot of user generated content as
Yes.
well. So, how are you kind of managing or approaching the different types of creators and influencers?
Yeah. That's a great question. And we kind of took the old multi-tiered influencer model and then expanded
Hmm.
on it and rebranded it in a way community. So we were really focused on what our end goal was, which wasn't just kind
Yeah.
of lead influencers, but actually cultivating and building a community. So we have
Yeah.
our own multi-tiered influencer strategy, like many other brands. So, we work
Hmm.
with macro influencers, although less and less these days. We work with a lot of micro
Hmm.
influencers, nano influencers. We also then said another portion of our community really has to be working with derms, estheticians, skincare
Yeah.
experts in the space who can really lend that medical credibility. And then we also created our own Peace Out Acne squad. So dedicated ambassadors who we have a new class every 6 months, who are also nano micro influencers, but we want to give them a platform to share
Hmm.
their stories, their content. And then, as you mentioned, a huge portion of our focus is actually UGC. So, because it's about our own fans and our own followers and our own, consumers who just love us and have been diehard
Yeah.
fans since the beginning.
Hmm.
So we leverage a few different platforms currently. One of them that we started this year is called Kale. We had seen some other great skincare companies who we admire use Kale as well to help build their communities. And it's really allows for almost anyone, to participate, engage with the brand, get rewarded. And so we've used Kale as one where we set challenges and consumers and users can go and complete the challenges and get something in return.
Hmm.
And then, of course, we've also dove into things like TikTok Shop and affiliate marketing and affiliate creators and things like that. So we're trying to
Hmm.
get the whole gamut and figure out how we build
Yeah.
the most robust community plan.
Hmm. Yeah, no, and it's such a smart strategy, right? Because to your point, is you're bringing in voices from different, audiences, whether it's the dermatologists or actual users, but also kind of really expanding that reach to new people. So I think that's so smart. And so how do you approach amplifying some of the organic content with paid media?
Yeah. So it's been really important to us because we have such this focus on community to make sure that we are not falsely inflating our own metrics.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, for example, we've had 39 videos go viral this year. And again, defining viral
Mhm.
as achieving at least 1 million views. This is predominantly on TikTok, but also YouTube, Instagram. We wait for that actually. We wait for it to reach that point until we actually amplify with media. I love getting
Mhm.
earned and then amplifying with media because that's,
Yeah.
from a return standpoint, that's like the best thing that you can hope for.
Mhm.
But yeah, we've been a little funny with that and just saying, most of the time I would think, oh, you hit, a few 100,000, you want to start pushing the media behind it. But we really, really, really wanted to see that organically we were able to grow that kind of engagement and
Yeah.
following on our own. So that's how we think about it. But we put paid media, we amplify with paid media behind social. Um, and for the most part, And we also have also used it in a way where we'll partner with people who have organically gone viral to say, hey,
Mhm.
future partnerships. We have some of our squad who's gone viral end up on in-store signage for us, so now they're featured
Oh,
next to our products
wow.
in
Yeah.
store.
Yep. Mhm.
We try to kind of give them more of a platform to shine.
Yeah, no, that's incredible, and it goes back to kind of letting the creator, your brand advocate, use their own voice and kind of what they showing their own passion. You don't have to write a
Yeah,
script when they have so much love for your product. Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I think that's the biggest key. Um, we're very hands-on. We have a fantastic team here at Peace Out who runs
Mhm.
all of our community outreach, community management, community relations, and they're really given a lot of autonomy to make sure
Mhm.
that they're running it in the way that they think is best. And they, in turn, give a ton of autonomy and are very hands off with our creator partners because we know that that
Yeah.
gives the best content. I mean, it's been
Mhm.
also proven just in the actual like metrics that we can see what gets better
Yep.
engagement, what
No, I love that, and, um, yeah, it's such a smart strategic approach, and you talked about some other examples where you, work to kind of surprise and delight through sampling. Talk about kind of, how you've used product trials as well.
Oh, yes. So I mentioned community as being one of the primary focus areas for us in achieving our business objectives this year from a marketing standpoint of building brand awareness, acquiring new
Mhm.
users, and ultimately driving those sales. Um, and in addition to community, trial and sampling was a huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge one. Tradition or historically, we haven't sampled quite as much as I think we would have wished at PSAL.
Mhm.
So we really had the opportunity for 2024 because of the planning time period, because we were thinking about this last year, to plan
Mhm.
for an extremely robust sampling program. So we increased our sampling with our retailers by some ungodly percentage. I mean, it's night and day, which is really exciting. But then we also look to create some additional types of kind of marketing sampling
Mhm.
programs with the intent to increase ultimately repeat purchase and lifetime value as measured on our direct to consumer website. So we
Mhm.
actually partnered with a company called SoPost earlier this year, for which we actually just got results back. It was really cool. Basically, running paid media on Meta, advertising a free sample of our OG dots, our acne dots. You could sign up, get the free sample, also volunteer to opt into like our email lists and things like that. Also fill out a couple of questions. It just found out that more than half, so close to 50% of those people who actually opted in had never heard of PSAP before,
Wow.
which was
That's huge.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, which is just
That's incredible.
incredible. So we're just going through some of those results now, but this is where we now are paying really close attention to kind of getting into cohort analysis and all those fun things on our
Yeah.
D2C, because even if it's this initial test with SoPost, that obviously can help us understand how beneficial sampling can be in the future.
Mhm.
We also, this past June during Pride Month and Acne Awareness Month, which is basically Peace Out's like number one month, like it's
Yeah.
to own. And this ties back into community. We wanted to reach our community or people who we thought might be interested or um, uh, encouraging of it. We just decided we were going to send 17,000 limited edition acne pride dots, which are our kind of acne pimple patches, but in our peace out like little emoji with the
Yeah.
pride progress flag. We sent it out to friends, to family. We researched across the United States groups, organizations to send these to, and then also had an opt in as well in the spirit of pride and from Enrico. He wanted to share the Pride, especially as this year, there were some retailers who pulled back. So we kind of wanted to lean in as a brand. And we were able to actually um, reach over our limit within 2.5 days. We thought this was going to be like a month
Incredible.
long thing of
Yeah.
people, being interested. No, 2.5 days later,
Mhm.
over 17,000 requests had come in. So we hope that also during the month of June, we really spread kind of our celebration of Pride with everyone as
Yeah.
well, across the US and Canada, actually.
Right. No, Amanda, this is great. Like your examples of building reach and community and new customers and to drive business growth, I think is a really unique strategy, especially when budgets get tighter and even consumer spending habits tighten, to be able to build that kind of loyalty and love for your brand to kind of overcome a lot of those challenges. So this has been amazing. Thank you so much. Are there any other last recommendations you would have for brands that are looking for growth and reach like you've achieved?
Yeah, I think when it comes to community building, and it's been this kind of thing that I've repeated for a number of months of it's kind of like the if we build it, they will come. It's build the
Hmm.
community, grow the community, nurture community. I promise the sales will follow. It's
Hmm.
easier said than done. But I really think it's true because it goes back to some of the core branding principles, some of the core marketing principles of, the more we can create these emotional connections with our consumers, the more they can really feel seen by a brand and feel connected, especially if you're
Yep.
targeting younger generations of consumers who really look to brand values and to align that.
Hmm.
I think ultimately, the more consumers you're going to have, the more the more sales you're ultimately going to see because they're going to be very interested in partnering or aligning themselves. So the advice is, I really think it works. It's great to maybe do small tests here and there, use small case studies so you can show how there is progress, even if it takes some time.
Hmm. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. I know I've learned so much from you as usual, and love that you've joined us today. And hopefully, you can come back again sometime soon.
Thank you, Carrie. Anytime. I always love our chat. Every single time we chat, I'm like, we could do this for hours.
Hours. I know. I
Anytime.
know.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and we will talk soon for sure.
Great. Sounds good.